What are the keys to making this more than a good start, though?
I think consistency. That's the main thing going into games, because you're going to play teams like Newport, where they're a very structured team, and now we're going away to Crewe, who are pretty much a passing team and fluent in their play. So it's just joining the two and being able to be, I think, flexible. And being able to change it up, and I think with the manager, no stone gets left unturned. So that on that front is brilliant.
His consistency in your performance and concentrating on what you do well as well.
Definitely, I think so. I think that's the main thing. I think we've got some fantastic players there, and if we're on song, then there's not many teams that could probably match us. So it's a combination of things, and not getting carried away. Like I say, it's 11 games in, fantastic start, but it's only a start.
Next month sees the Grecians hit the road again, with 4 of the 6 matches in October being played away from home. I remember in one of your previous interviews you saying if you're going to get anywhere as a team, you need a close-knit group. What's this group like here? One
of the best I've ever worked under. It's been a part of. It's a fantastic bunch of boys. We've had numerous sort of team bonding things, but we've had 12 of us go up and play golf together, which is unheard of in some teams. Everyone's sort of normally scattered in different sort of areas. So I think obviously that's one of the benefits of being so far away from everything. We have to become close, but this season, this group of lads is a fantastic bunch.
How have the new summer signings settled into that as well?
Really well. They sort of come into it, and it's like nothing's really changed. I think that's been a massive sort of part to play in it, that fluent transition from last year, losing a few players, a few big characters, but we've gained a few. So the setup's really sort of it hasn't really changed. It's been quite fluent.
One of the team bonding sessions, I believe, was a go-karting session. What are those kind skills like?
Yeah, mine's fantastic. You have to watch our captain. Is a bit dodgy. He likes to cheat, and knocked me into a couple of things. No, I absolutely wiped him out, to be honest. But I did say that he ain't going to win. He was in first. He was in pole place, and I ended up ramming him off the road. But it was good fun. I think I'm 10th best anyway. But considering last year I was rubbish. So.
In terms of going now from go-kart engine to football engine, when you watch you on your pitch, you seem to relish charging down those defenders and goalkeepers and keep going. And again, going back to another interview, you said the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yes.
How much is Exeter's recent good fortune down to the fact that you have that in the team, that willingness to work hard?
Definitely. I think you see it every day as well. If you come down and watch a training session, there's no one sort of lets up on you. Everyone's at it every day, and I think you need that, because I've always been a firm believer in you train how you play. So you take how you train during the week onto the pitch on Saturday, and I think obviously a manager has instilled that into everyone, not only the senior boys who've got that probably naturally, but the youngsters who have come into it, they probably up the ante a little bit more by that, because they're fit and they're at it, and they're hungry for it. So we've got a right good mix at the minute, and like you say, training more so is I think massive for us, because it probably underlines your performance going into Saturday. So we've got such a hard working team, and I think you've seen that's probably the reason why we are where we are, because of that, doing the basics well, and then after we've got some fantastic footballers who can change your game at any minute.
You mentioned earlier about the manager leaving no stone unturned as well, so it's hard work of staff as well in
yes, definitely
training.
They go through everything. They sit and analyse I think every game down to the core, which is fantastic for a player when you know what parts you need to work on, and also looking at oppositions and how they can sort of be beat, because it's that's massive. I played under managers that don't really look at that tactically, that tactical side of it, but here's quite it's intense. They look at that, and I think that's brilliant.
You're one of the older members of the squad, and when you look at it, Nicky Law as well, Ryan Bowman, I'm trying to think of those players that kind of lead by example with that work rate for the younger players. Would you say as kind of one of the older players, you lead by example, or are you someone that perhaps pulls a player aside and gives them advice and perhaps constructive criticism?
I think I alluded to the part the other day with the youngsters coming into the team, and you saw this season, you know, the inclusion, so to speak, with Jack Sparks and Ben Seymour. They've got a natural work rate, a belief. You know, they listen, they learn. You don't really have to tell them much and talk. I've always been one where I just work as hard as I can. I've been told it sort of rubs off on others. If it does, that's brilliant. If not, that's how I play. I have to be at it. I have to be hard working. Otherwise, I feel guilty leaving the pitch.
And I suppose with those, you mentioned those players coming, they seem to have a natural. It says something about this academy here, doesn't it? Definitely,
yeah. I think that's the a massive part of it. You know, you look around these youngsters. They're not sort of youngsters. They're ready to go. They've got that hunger. They've got that belief. But they look like they've been brought up and drilled in a correct way to introduce you into the you know, I suppose men football. And obviously they do things where they take them out and put them out on loan at certain clubs, and you've seen that it's been beneficial for them as well. Come back better players.
Looking at your performances this season, you've moved more into a central role. How much are you enjoying that?
Yeah, thoroughly. Yeah. You know, at the start I didn't obviously see myself in any of them positions, but I've relished it. You know, I really enjoyed playing there. It gives me an option to come in short and also run away, so it uses my strengths. And yeah, I think obviously the boys are playing so well. I've managed to, you know, get a few goals, so long may it continues.
Is there more pressure on you to get goals in that role? Because it seems you're up to that challenge so far this season.
Yeah, I think obviously when you're playing up front, you got to deliver, and ultimately, you know, that's the role that we've, you know, been given. So it's up for the strikers to score, defenders defend. I'm kind of like that in between one where assists and setting up goals as well as scoring. So, but yeah, hopefully I'll get more goals and assists for a change.
You've been voted Player of the Month, and you've also, your goal at Carlisle won Goal of the Month for September. How does that feel?
Yeah, really good. Fantastic. Wow. See you, Nicholas.
Wow.
Just run us through that strike up at Carlisle.
It's fantastic, yeah. No, it's a great pass from Rands. If I'm honest, I didn't really think much about it. It's just instinct, really, just to get enough on it. And luckily, I remember one of my coaches when I was younger just saying that the earlier you hit it, gives the keeper less chance of getting set and putting his weight across. So yeah, just hit the ball early, and yeah, delighted it went in.
In terms of the Player of the Month award as well, how much better does it feel that it's a fan voted award?
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. You know, accolade for me. Yeah, it's, you know, for me, I've always been one where, like, that's it. Now we move on. I want to, you know, do better the next month. So fantastic. You know, I appreciate it, but I've got to continue that.
Yeah.